Okay, so the first thing that you need to get used to or get to know is your own user environment. So when you double click on your or go to your home folder that is available on your desktop, you're basically presented with your own personal files, and here you can store files such as, like, for example, when you download a program from the internet, or you download something, most likely it will appear in your, or it will be stored in your download file. You have other pro storage locations here, or folders, where you can store things like pictures, music, etc. If you The first thing that you want to do after after the installation would be update. So we did some automatic updates already, but I'll show you how you can actually run additional updates. So the very first thing that you want to concentrate on is to become familiar with updating your applications, or updating this the operating system, which is Ubuntu. And there are a couple of ways that you can do it. You can either do it from the command line, or you can actually do it from the graphical by using the update software, or the software updater that is available inside of the graphical user interface. So at the bottom left hand side, you see there is a application launcher, which is represented by these 9 dots at the bottom left hand side of the screen. You click on that and you will see a number of applications that you have installed, and this is basically what the distribution is about. All these applications got installed because they're available in this particular distribution. Now let's say, for example, I want to create a Word document, or type up let's say a letter, right? Or I have a project that I want to do, and I have to make some notes. I can go to Libreoffice, which is this icon here, and open it up, and the program is going to open, and you can go ahead and type anything you want to. So I'm typing this is a test, and I can go ahead and save it. I'll go File, Save, and here I can give it a name, test file, and I'll save it in my document. So by default, it's gonna save it in under my home folder, under a subfolder called Documents, and I'm gonna just go ahead and save it. If I want to drop a shortcut here, for example, I want to, let's say, Excel file, or a spreadsheet. I want to create a spreadsheet, and or there's an application that I want to put on my favorite bar. So this bar here at the side, it's called a favorite bar, and that's where I'll put shortcut to applications that I frequently use, so I don't have to go and look for it all the time. Another really cool feature is the sort feature. The sort feature is very, very powerful in Ubuntu. Works very well. For example, if there's an application that I know, and I don't want to go through the application launcher to see all the different applications that I have. Maybe I have hundreds and hundreds of applications. I can just type in the search here. Get out of that. Type in the search. Say I know there is a program called Spreadsheet. So I just type the first few characters of the name, or first few letters of the name of the program, and it comes up here. Or it will, if I have multiple programs with similar name, it will show me a listing of the program. So this is the one that I want. It's called Libreoffice Calc, CALC, or I can just type CAL. So now if I type CAL, you see I have three application pops up here. Why? Because these three applications, one is CALC, one is CAL for calendar, and the next one is calculator. So as I'm typing, you see the all the programs that are the names that are matching what I'm typing pops up automatically on the screen. So if I type the next letter in, CALC, you will see that only two programs now appear there. So this is the one that I want, which is the LibreOffice. And if I want if I want to send a shortcut to the application, to the shortcut bar or my favorites bar, I just click on add to favorites. And now if we go back to the desktop, we can see that in this favorites bar here, the program now appears. So I don't have to search for it again. Next time I want to use it, I just click on the application and it launches, right? Here again, I can, very similar to the Microsoft Excel file program, I can put some numbers in there. So I can go here, 1, 2, 3, like that. And then I can put a formula to add these up. Works very, very similar to Microsoft Excel if you're familiar with that. I can do a sum and then it's going to add those two. Then I can go ahead and save it just like any other file. Save, put it in my documents and call it test file again, and click save. And we can close that, go to our home directory. In my documents, these are the two files that we created and work with, right? Let's say, for example, we don't like the way these files are showing up in icons, and we want to list it as opposed to showing icons. We can change the view, and the way we do that is we can click on the down arrow here and or this little icon and change the view by clicking on it, and now we see that we have a file. It's listing the file by names as opposed to showing it the icon view, right? Next thing we need to explore the applications that we have that came installed, pre-installed with this distribution. Again, you click on the application launcher and you can go through some of the different applications that you have. You see that there's a web browser, a Firefox web browser by default. There's a backup program. There's, for example, disk usage. If you want to see, it's just a utility. If you want to see the disk usage, you just come here and it will show you a graphical user interface of your drive usage. So it shows that you have a disk there. It's got about 13 gigs available, and the total is 21 gigs. So as you're using up the space, of course, you will see that is the space is increasing. The available space gets less as the disk as you keep writing information to the disk, and it will have the opposite effect, obviously, if you start to delete files on the storage. Here it gives you a little bit more of a breakdown of you can just click on it and on either the home directory or on the drive itself, and it'll give you more of a breakdown of which files and folders are taking up the most space on the drive. Again, it gives you a graphical user interface like a pie chart, like a pie that shows you the files and folders that consumes the greatest space, or the most space, all the way down to the lowest, right? I'm not going to get too much into this at this time, just so that you see you can see some of the utilities that are available straight off the bat in this distribution that we installed. And you can see that the user directory is taking up the most space on the disk, and there's a folder there called lib that's taking up the chunk of the space. Okay, so that's just an overview of some of the applications that you can find with this distribution. Again, if you click in your home folder here, you can see the amount of space that your actual home folder is taking up. This is not the entire drive, this is just your home, this is just pertaining to your home folder. If you go back to applications, what do we have? Something like we have calculator, calendar. If we need to go and look at our calendar, it's a nice graphical user interface program that you can come here and you can type personal events. Like if you want to type an event, or you want to view, say for example, have a week view, you can click on that. If you have a year view, you can click on that. If say for example, if you want to add the time for this class every Tuesday, you can just go here and say Linux system admin, and click on edit. So you want that to be you want it to start from 2 o'clock up to say 6 o'clock. You can do 00 and say repeat. You can repeat weekly, and you click on done, and you will see that it adds your class for Linux system administration. And if you go to the next week, if I click on this arrow forward here, you should see that it's going to repeat itself weekly. So this session I've covered several different applications that come installed by default in this Ubuntu distribution. So I'm gonna stop this session here. I think you have a basic idea of what the Ubuntu operating system looks like and some of the applications that come installed with it. In our next session, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how you can go about installing applications from the web and from the software repository that is available with any distribution. So I'll bring this session to an end here.